wasn't you that broke the window that few years ago.
Yes, at the lawyers. At the lawyers. We gotta say it. There was a lawyers next door to us.
It wasn't me. I watched the whole thing happen.
Like it was.
Well, you were throwing rocks too, you dumb twat.
No, I was in the car.
No, you were throwing
No,
rocks.
I was in the car. She was in the car.
I was eating popcorn in the car watching you throw rocks.
She was in the car. Plus, I went into the lawyers because they went to the window to film. They actually did a video of you and they took pictures up your dress and down your top. So I went in to talk to them. And I even told them, why are you filming my kids under their dresses and down their tops for? And I bitched at them on the inside. And we're in our driveway. Katie was in the car.
I was in the front seat.
And I went in to bitch at them, and next thing we heard was pick, pack, pack, gosh.
And I had popcorn. I was just watching the whole thing. I was like,
Yes, it wasn't me.
They're like, what's that? I'm like, I don't know. This is your office, not my house. My house is right next door to your office. It's your office, so you should know what goes bing, bang, bang in your office.
Like, she was.
And then they're like, what? And then I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Then I go out and I'm like, Marcy, what did you do?
Okay, I was just in the car, I was watching the whole thing, and like, Marcy, she's throwing the rocks, and I was like, Marcy, you're gonna break the window, you shouldn't throw rocks. She's like, shit, and then, that's the point. And then I was like, whatever. And then I was like,
It really means to break the window.
and and then she goes, Josh, and then Mom goes around the corner, like, Marcy, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm just gonna hide, I'm going back. I had popcorn and everything. I was eating like popcorn, I was eating and like, oh, this is
a good movie to watch.
Yeah.
Well, like they said in the song, it wasn't me.
We all know it was Marcy. Marcy was only, what, 16 at the time?
Yeah, because I was able to move in with you.
Ow, and don't forget that time that I washed the floor, put you all to bed, washed the freaking floor everywhere in the house.
I was like 9 or 10.
Yeah, and I washed all the floor in the house and everything. I put you all to bed and everything. And then come down in the morning, Marcy claimed that she was too hot with her pajamas that was very light, that she cut into a goddamn G-string. Remember that?
I don't want to remember that.
And they were like, oh my God, go put pants on. Marcy's I got my pajamas on. Where? And then she's taking the yogurt containers and pouring it on the floor. And then I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, I had about a few scoops and
just
I didn't want that more, so I'm feeding it to a cat.
I was watching her do that too. She's like, oh, this yogurt is disgusting.
I remember she
poured it all over my clean floors. I'm like, I just washed the floor.
I have the picture on Facebook of me feeding pizza to Jasmine.
Oh my God.
Okay, I said the story. I was in the kitchen with Marcy. Marcy was making breakfast, whatever garbage that is. Anyways, and she's like, oh, this yogurt tastes bad. Oh, the cats will love it. And so she was feeding it one at a time. A spoonful. Was like, see, the cats love it. And she's like, and she's pouring it the whole container on the floor. And like, Marcy, Mom just cleaned the floor. She's like, oh, the cat's going to clean up. The cat's going to clean up. Marcy, like, I was like, Mom, like,
yeah. And I come down. Marcy, what are you doing? Oh, give some to the cat. The cats have bowls for that for a reason, you know. And then she's like, I'm giving it to the cat. So she's like, I just cleaned the motherfucking floor. Do you see how big this house is? Like, we have a huge motherfucking house that I clean myself. And yet, you know, and I put you all to bed and, like, you know, clean the whole house. And yet, next thing in the morning, Marcy's there with all the freaking yogurt all over the floor.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, Marcy, are you going to start cleaning the house?
I was still awake when you were cleaning the floors, though. I was old enough to be awake later.
I know, you were like picking on your sister.
Yeah. Jeez. I did nothing but observe. And then I just stayed quiet and not say anything because I didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, and then I go into the room and CDs are flying everywhere. One snapped in half and almost stuck into the damn door. And I'm like, looking at the CD. Oh, this is Katie's CD. Why is Katie's CD broken half and almost stuck halfway in the door?
And then I found my CDs on my bed with these weird stains on them.
Yeah.
After you left, Marcy. I don't know what you did to them, but
I didn't do nothing to them.
And then after that, I was like, what is going on, and then Marcy's like, Katie keeps throwing them off her bed. I'm like, no, Katie's sleeping. Most likely they probably fell down, you know? And then Marcy's whipping them across the freaking room. It's like, holy shit!
They're mine. And one of them,
Hannah Montana, who fucking listens to that, Katie?
it wasn't Hannah Montana. One of them that you broke or whatever did to it was from someone from Ontario that did poetry, and he gave me his first copy of the CDs.
Yeah.
And you destroyed it.
Destroyed. Everything was destroyed by Marcy.
Oh, you're welcome, because it was shit.
And don't forget about what Kayla and Anna went through. Like, it wasn't just you and Katie. You had your 2 other sisters.
But that was later on.
No, they were still living there.
Yeah, you will.
Not the time with the yogurt and the...
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah. Guys, Marcy was only 16. How many years ago was that, Marcy?
Years ago.
Obviously, Marcy can't do math.
I can't, but I feel like counting right
She's
now.
going to be 23 and she can't do freak math.
Years.
About 8 years ago. And how old is Anna?
Anna is 7.
Going to be 8. And then Kayla is?
8.
There you go. Going to be 9. They were there. Because there's still videos and pictures of Marcy with Kayla and Anna and everything.
But I thought it happened like the year before they were born.
Nope.
Oh, well.
That's why we left Chummy's place. Every other time wanted to leave Chummy's place, couldn't get rid of him. And then when Marcy wanted to move...
I thought you were pregnant for Kayla at the time. That
No,
happened.
no. And then when we wanted to leave Chummy's place to go back home, when Marcy decided she wanted to come live with us, he's like, he's like, I don't got enough room here
I
for.
couldn't stand you.
He's like, I don't got enough room here for all you guys now.
Yeah, as soon as Mom was like,
Because don't forget, there was Kimberly and Bradley.
Yeah.
Then we had Kayla and Anna.
And I was
you,
already sharing a room
and
with
sisters.
Kim.
Yeah, you had to share with Kim.
A room with fucking
Kim.
that retarded one.
And Kayla was upstairs in Chummy's room. And Anna had to sleep in the playpen downstairs, where we slept on the floor. So then Chummy's like, yeah, we don't got enough room for everybody.
Yeah, that's why fucking Lorento's not big enough.
No shit. Then I'm there and I'm like, I've been trying to get rid of your dumb ass for a long time, Chummy. I wanted to go home, and every time I try to go home, you keep telling me to come back. Don't want to come back.
Remember when we were only supposed to stay there for one night?
Yeah, it was. That was when I was.
It ended up being 5 years.
That was when I was pregnant for Kayla.
No, it was before that.
No, it was when I was pregnant for
You
Kayla.
you didn't even fuck Chummy yet. This was like way before.
No, I was pregnant for Kayla.
This was way before you were pregnant for Kayla. This was like way before, like when we first met Chummy. And Kimberly and Bradley came over to our place.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
when I was
remember
pregnant.
that.
That was when I was pregnant for Kayla.
No, you weren't pregnant. You were only
Yes.
pregnant. You were only pregnant like a year after.
No, because don't forget, Kayla's is Clifford's.
Oh yeah.
There. See?
That makes more sense.
There. See?
Dummy! I knew that.
I keep thinking that Kayla's is Chummy.
No, but
No.
Kayla's is Clifford.
Clifford.
Yeah, okay.
Remember how Clifford kind of used to, when he heard that Nanny died, that he came over and he's like, because it was announced in the church, and he's like, oh yeah. And
Yeah, but
he,
this was the time
he
you-
made his way over.
Yeah, but
Woo! Did Dawn die here?
yeah,
I
can
think
we
Dawn
not be here?
And then he made his way.
Rotten Beach.
He made his way over to us.
Mom, if I
And-
don't leave this beach right now, I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, me too.
And
Hey, Jen. Guess who I saw today at the hospital this morning? Dalton.
a good place for him.
Why were you
He's fucking fat now, Tubble Neck.
Oh,
No,
I knew
shit.
that.
We could have told you that.
I just
He's
looked-
more
I
retarded
was
too.
waiting for my time. I saw him. I was like, fuck, don't tell me that's Dalton. He looks at me. I was like, fuck, that's Dalton. He's there fucking ready like a fucking hobo. I was like, yep, that's Dalton. He's fucking fat like a fucking twat, like Tubble Neck.
But,
U-Haul Beach. Why were you there?
But anyway, so we ended up. That's where Clifford made his way over. And then when I told him that your playroom didn't have the heat working, and he's like, "Oh, I'll fix that." Yeah, I fixed it all right.
Yeah, you went and fucked
You
you.
wouldn't even put heat in there anyway.
And
Oh,
then,
Christmas. You want Christmas, Mom?
oh
Oh,
God.
fuck. Too early.
And then,
Christmas tree.
then after that, he was like, then we ended up at Chummy's because Chummy came around Christmas holidays.
Marcy got
He's like-
corona?
And then after that, he's like, oh
I learned
yeah.
it to you.
He's like, oh, well,
Good. Keep you away from me.
Ew, no.
and then after that, he's like, Chummy's like, comes over, and then he's like, you come over for a night or two just for the weekend. He's like, come over for the weekend. And we ended up staying there for like, until I had Kayla. Then when I had Kayla, then he's like, oh, well, you need help with that now, so I'll stay home with me, and you know. And it's like, I do have a big house of my own. I don't have to be in the little rentals, thank you. He's like, stay here, stay here.
Then we stayed there for 5 years.
Yeah, we're stuck there.
And you're still stuck there. Because you live there now.
Because I live there now. But it's like right when we got rid of him, it's like thank God, and then it's like it's over, thank God. Then he comes crying back, and it's like oh shit. Then when Marcy decides to move in, then he's like I got no room for that, thank God. Then I got Charlie. Then he's like that's not staying here. You have to take him home. Good. I'm going home, staying home with him.
Charlie was just a skeleton then.
Yeah, he was just a skeleton then, full size skeleton.
He's still full size. What are you talking about?
And he's like, yeah. He's like, take that home. That's not staying here. Good, I'll take it home. No
Yeah,
problem.
Charlie was scared of it. Like he wouldn't even come to their house because of the skeleton.
No, he was scared. He was scared of Charlie.
It was hilarious. Yeah. And now he's still scared, but he doesn't mind him now.
Are
Yeah.
all the stores closed at 7 up here?
Duh.
Fuck. You don't know how to put the proper time for a store?
And then he's like, he's there and he's like, oh, like he's like, take that home. Don't put that here because I went to try to take it a little bit out of the box and just test it on the phone. And then he's like, take that out of here. I don't want that here. Take it home. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'm taking it home. No problem.
I'm going home with it.
I'm going home with it and I'm not coming back.
That guy had flashers on his leg.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like, and I'm staying home with it. And then Marcy moved in and stayed home with Charlie. And remember how you did a video of Kayla and Anna, and you also videoed Charlie, and you even admit that he moved and talked. And you're like, when I got back home, you're like, he moved, he talked. I'm like, how? There's no batteries, no nothing in him right now. You're like, but he. Remember our lovely talking phone when we first moved
Oh,
in the
I
house?
love that phone. I tell everyone that story.
Oh my
That
god!
was the best thing when we first moved into the house.
Yeah.
Remember the creepy Mickey Mouse I saw
Yeah.
on the TV? Oh my god, it was scary because it was supposed to be like Katie and Orby on, and then it was on VHS, so you recorded it. So it was a recorded tape I was watching, and then a creepy Mickey Mouse pops up. Like he wasn't moving, he was singing his song without moving. And then like it was terrifying, and then the TV would just keep getting louder and louder, and I couldn't like find I couldn't use the remote, it wasn't working, and then finally it was over, and it was just a bunch of blue screen, and it was creepy. So I went and I rewinded the tape to see if it was still there, and it was gone.
Yeah, that happened to me too with movies. Don't worry, something happened. It was like, okay, that was creepy. I gotta go back and see this again. Then it's like, where did it go?
But the thing is, the way it rewinded though is like when you're rewinding YouTube, you can see the squares that pop up.
Yeah.
It was like that on the TV. And that's not normal to do on a VHS tape.
Nope. You're supposed to be the line, not the squares.
Yeah, and it was like,
Oh shit, that car behind us seemed to be driving fast because it's way behind fucking back there.
well,
But yeah, and it's funny because in Winnipeg, you're lucky I don't have that TV. Because,
oh, you told me this with the ghost coming out of the TV with the Garfield, yeah.
yeah, when me and your father was playing Garfield game, was on blue screen and the goddamn thing came right out. And then it walked right into the kitchen, down into the dining room, and then like,
Oh, so
Turn-
it's doing like a Garfield.
and then it literally came a few minutes later, it came back into the kitchen, and then it crossed between us, because we're on the floor by the doorway of the kitchen, and it crossed between us, walked on the game board, and walked right back into the TV, and then I'm like, I told your father, I'm like,
Did you see
you you get the lights, I'm getting the TV.
Yeah, whenever you're like,
we looked at each other, we're like, okay, did you see that? Like, at first we seen it, and we just kind of looked at each other and didn't see nothing. But then after that, when it came back, we're like, we looked at each other, we're like, okay, it's late, but, you know, did you see what I seen? Yeah, I seen this. Did you see that? Yeah. Okay, well, how about this? You get the lights, I'm getting the TV. I pity whoever stole the TV afterwards. The thing is, that's the TV that Marcy punched in the volume when she was a baby. We were living at the Atars at the time.
Didn't I do that one to one of our TVs we had at the house?
Yeah, but she did it worse because she punched in the volume buttons of the TV when we were living at the Atars on Sunset. And so you couldn't control the volume anymore because she punched those in. But the volume to turn it down was very touchy, but was ready to break until we went to Ontario. She broke that.
Just one setting.
So then you had to kind of like use the remote just for the volume. She ended up breaking the channel button to go down.
Oh.
And you broke the channel button in Winnipeg to go up.
Teamwork, my team.
And then
We really didn't like
the only
TV.
thing that was left was the power button. I think you broke the power button.
I didn't like TV, apparently.
So,
I didn't want no nightmare ghosts coming after me.
so you had to use the remote for that TV. And then we had what's called Wii movers. They're literally called Wii movers in Winnipeg. I call them dweebs movers. Because they took the TV, they brought it into the place, instead of setting the TV down gently, they literally, this guy was 6 foot something, stood up, held the TV over his head, dropped the TV down. When I told him to put my TV down, he dropped it down, and broke all the backing of the TV, and I'm like, if this don't work, I'm gonna fucking pound your fucking ass, and I'm gonna hit you with the goddamn TV afterwards. And then he tried to run.
Hit the TV controller.
Yeah, he tried to run away, and I grabbed him, and I'm like, you're gonna see if this TV works with me. And I shoved his face into the glass, and I plugged it in, and I turned it on, and he got the zap up because those TVs gave a shock. He got the zap, and he's like, I think it's working. And I'm like, wait, let's move your ugly face, and let me see. Oh yes, and then I kind of hit his face off the floor, and I'm like, get out of my house. You don't do that to my stuff. And then his partner goes and with all my stuff that I was making, took the big box, threw it on the floor, and I'm like, you guys are assholes. And he's like, no, we're just the movers. I'm like, that's not how you move people, you dumb shit. And I'm
It
like,
sounds like FedEx.
and then I'm like, those are my ornaments in there. And then he's like, so? I'm like, I don't mean as ornaments I bought. I mean stuff that I made that people ordered. Now I'm going to be back ordered for these people because of you idiots. And it was so bad that I had to take the whole thing off the market because of these idiots. And I opened the box in front of him, and I'm like, see, look. And then after that, I smacked his head off the corner of the box. I'm like, you guys get out of here. And I said, and by the way, I'm making a complaint to your company, and you guys will never be allowed to work again.
Sounds like FedEx. FedEx, like, if you order from FedEx, they just throw it in the truck. Like, there's so much videos.
They don't care.
Like, even there's, like, professional videos of FedEx themselves filming. Like, and they
kick the boxes and
throw
everything.
it right in the truck.
Yeah.
Like,
You hear something breaking, they don't care, they kick it again.
yeah.
It's like that woman that's working for my aunt. She went the other day. She's like, "Oh fuck! I think the FedEx put my thing at the door. It was a phone that she ordered for her son, and all they did was drop it at the door in the fucking rain.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So she went to go fucking get it before her son could get the gift because she wanted to get that for a gift for her son for Christmas.
Yeah.
And she went to go get it. It was all soaking wet. The box was all soaking wet.
Jesus.
And she went to get it. She left it dry. So
And they're supposed to come back if you're not there.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to drop the box off.
They drop everything now. They drop everything just at the door.
Yeah.
I had the mail one for the reborns. The first one, it came in. They dropped it right at the. They came and me and Dawn was starting to leave, and I told Dawn okay. And they went to the door, and I went to them. And I'm like, what if I wasn't here? We leave it at the door. Don't you take it back to the post office? They're like, no, it's too big to take back. And I'm like, well, that's why you put a note on people's doors? Oh, no, we don't do that. We don't do that anymore.
Oh, wow.
And then the second one that came in, I was home, and I'm like, some guy was better than the fucking woman or thing, whatever you call it. And he wasn't the post office, he was another one, and he's not FedEx, he just had a white van, and he showed up with a white van, and he's like, here you go, and I'm like,
Want some candy?
and I'm like, what?
There's a van, like a bomb or something in the box.
And then I'm like, okay, what?
But like for Glenn, they didn't drop it off at the door for him. Like he had to be at the house. Like if he missed, like they were dropping off the.
God, I'm glad we don't live on this corner anymore. Remember we lived here?
Yeah. Anyways, but like he was ordering the ramp, and the ramp took forever to come because he missed it like 3 times because they wouldn't drop it off the door. He had to be there, and they wouldn't leave him a note or anything either.
Nope, they won't. Nope.
And then he had to be there, and he missed it like 3 times, 4 times there, and he like.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And he had missed them by like a minute. He would see them come down the hill sometimes. Like
Damn.
there was one time I was in the house and there was knocking, and I thought Glenn was gone, and I was like, and Glenn told me to look for the door, but I was like, I didn't get the message on time, and then I was like, oh sorry Glenn, like I think I missed the truck, and then he's like, oh no, I got it. I'm like, oh God. He was panicking. He was like, oh,
Okay, I think that was Kit's house. I think that one is.
yeah, Kit House is sold.
Yeah. Snow in the middle of the road.
Mommy, remember? Did you see the pink couch in our living room at the house when you walked in?
No.
Well, there's a pink couch at lunch.
Okay.
That was Kit's. Kit's give it to them.
That was Kit's.
Yeah.
The what?
Marcy? Did you see the pink couch in our living room?
No.
Okay, well, there's 2 couches in our living room, and then one of them is pink, and the pink one it was Kit's. Kit gave it to them before she moved out of the house or whatever.
Great aunt Kit, you know, because she's Nanny's mom's sister.
Oh. I never paid attention to the couch, so.
Then again, when does your sister ever pay attention?
Yeah, really.
It's a couch. You can buy the same goddamn thing in stores.
But then again, when do you ever pay attention?
Never.
Exactly.
I never did in school. Never will nowheres.
Exactly.
Exactly. And right. Right.
Well, next time when you're observant, there's a pink couch and it's Kit.
Next time, well, this is why your sister didn't learn shit in school, and this is why you knew all about, you know, the human body and everything, and you had all the doctor books and everything. I bought you all the real doctor books
And I
and
knew how to
everything.
use a dictionary.
I don't know how to use a dictionary.
Exactly, because you don't
She-
know your
she-
alphabet.
No, she only knows how to use a dick.
Exactly.
If she knows how to use that.
And
I do know how to use a dick.
I can find the word dick in a dictionary faster than you can. It's on like the 3rd page. 4th page. Okay, cool. Order. You don't know your alphabet. You need to know your alphabet. So
I
there's
know
no
my alphabet, but I just don't know how to use
Marcy,
it.
you went to that house.
How do
I
I
used to-
just don't know. I know my.
That's why I used to drop you off to the
I know my
church.
alphabet, but I just don't know how to use a dictionary.
Well, if you know your alphabet, then you know how to use a dictionary.
No, I don't.
I missed outer results.
Because I read the dictionary like a book.
Katie, I missed the outer results living cross.
Yeah, well, they moved back to where they're from.
Jordan, yes, I know, we know.
They're not from Jordan, but they
No, but they moved it back to Jordan.
because that's where all their 26 cousins are.
Yeah. They're from Saudi Arabia, but they moved back to Jordan. I missed the outer results.
And FYI, Katie, I do know how to use a dick.
Yeah, okay, that's something. Good, bravo. That's going to get you far in life. So.
Never know I could be a stripper.
There, Marcy, a lovely Christmas tree with a blue snowman for you.
No.
Well, it's blue. You like blue.
No,
Marcy.
that's ugly.
And you never know, maybe he's got a dick for you.
He say you're gonna
Gross.
be a stripper, I don't think anyone's gonna come to your show. Except
What?
for the
What did I miss now?
Marcy said she's gonna be a stripper.
I said a stripper on a pole.
Where else is a stripper gonna be? Not on a pole? That's
No,
just
on that Santa Claus lap.
Santa Claus's lap. Marcy into the old fat man.
No, thank you. Thank you
Well,
for the nightmare
Mercy.
again of the guy up here at Walmart.
Mercy, if you wanted to be a stripper, Chummy told you to go downtown to the corner there, and you could have got a job.
Yeah.
Not guaranteed. The only problem is, okay, the only problem is we're not dating
right now. So that means I can't get a job right now.
But the thing is,
We could have got a job and
you could have had it there, but we couldn't be promising you that you would have been making your money because, you know,
and you could get all the free dick you want.
we weren't
Without alcohol.
promising you that you're going to get the money, but, you know, we said you might have had at least a job, but not guaranteed for the money because the guys have to pay you the money, and if the guys won't pay you, that's not our
Hey
problem.
Marcy, you can go to Tom's bar and strip on the karaoke machine.
There.
No, I wouldn't touch that. What's his face there? Dalton did.
Oh, God.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
my
touch
God.
that.
You can
Dalton, Jesus Christ, have you ever heard him sing?
Marcy,
Have you
Yes,
heard that
Marcy,
sing? He
Marcy.
can't sing for his life.
Marcy, if
What?
you're gonna become a stripper, Dalton's gonna come to all your shows.
No, he's not.
Oh, yeah, he will.
He'll give you the money, all the money that you want. He'll be like, here. Well, they got a house not far where my house was.
He has some money. He
He's
give
got
you
some
2
money,
cents.
huh?
That's how much you're worth.
Well, that's probably all she's worth.
That's what I just said. You
What?
deaf now? What?
What'd you say?
You deaf? What did I miss? I said, are you deaf?
Before that, bitch!
I didn't say anything before that. I asked you if you were deaf.
How much was that worth?
Okay, somebody put this on Funny's home video because that's where it belongs right now.
How much of that
Holy
worth?
shit, I guarantee you'll win!
No!
Okay, somebody put on Funny's home videos because I guarantee we're gonna win 100%. Holy shit.
Oh, you can replay this tape all night, Mom.
Oh yes! You guys are forgetting that, eh? I love it.
Holy fuck.
Oh, boy.
Excuse you, light. Weren't you just on?
No, there's no lights here, Mom.
No, that one was just on. When we pass it, literally flicked off. You're gonna see it on the video, I guaranteed.
That's a fucking cop!
Where?
There, that fucking light!
Are you blind?
Are you blind? That was a light back there that flicked off, not a fucking car. You're gonna see it on the video.
Car. I thought you were talking about car.
No,
Marcy,
man.
you deaf? Look, Coca-Cola.
I know that's Coca-Cola.
Really? You knew that? You knew that, Marcy?
I knew that for years.
You knew how to read?
Yes!
Nope.
Really?
Yes!
I guarantee
You hesitated.
I guaranteed if you give her those doctor books that I got you and ask her to read it, I guarantee she won't even understand one word in it.
No, not if it didn't have pictures.
No, and that's the thing, it didn't.
Marcy can only read pictures. Right, Marcy?
It might have
No.
it had a few pictures, but not very good details.
I
and,
remember one
you know.
time Marcy was in the backseat. I think she was trying to read the Kayla Angela. And it's all pictures of it. And she's reading the story, but it's not what it says. I'm like, Marcy, that's not what it says. And she's like, oh, I can read. Like that's not what it says, Marcy. And she's like, oh, I'm reading the pictures. I'm like,
Not many pictures.
it was only
It's like the
four
pictures are too ugly.
It was 4 pictures. And Marcy's like, I can't read these words, and like 3
Okay.
words on it.
Okay, let's see how good you guys are. Okay. What are the phalanges?
Are you speaking in tongues, Mom? Do we need to get an exorcist?
No.
Okay.
Katie, you know this one. What are phalanges? Think of medical. What is phalanges?
The body shit?
No shit.
What?
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. What are?
If Jones.
What's the phalanges? Come on, Katie. You used to know it. You were going to be a doctor. Come on.
Yeah, I stopped learning like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but what you know this stuff. What's the phalanges?
Leg?
Phalanges is your fingers and toes.
Oh, well, I was thinking feet, so I was close. So
Yeah.
I was gonna. I was thinking it was like a joint, like your finger said joint, so it's like.
So, okay, what's a humerus?
Oh, that's easy.
That's your humor.
Did you say Homer?
I said humor.
Well, what is a humerus? What is it?
That's the that's the bone.
Yeah, what bone?
Fuck. Arm.
No, it's not a fuck bone.
That's in the arm. Which part of the arm?
Arm. The forearm.
No, it's your elbow.
Elbow. Oh yeah, I was like.
Shoulder.
Did you just say shoulder?
Yeah.
Marcy, she said close to the elbow.
That's the elbow.
Oh, you said,
When you say you hit your humerus, or you hit your
oh,
funny bone.
I heard. Yeah, I was like,
If you hit your humerus, or your funny,
are we going now?
or your funny bone, it's your
Going
elbow.
Crazy Town, Marcy.
Yeah, Crazy Town.
Okay.
This is where you were born, obviously.
Yeah.
So, obviously someone's got a big TV because I can see it from here.
Yeah, me too.
Can we go watch it?
It's football, Marcy. Did you want to watch football?
No.
No.
But, yeah, so. Okay, so how many bones are in your hand, Katie?
5.
More than that, you
I'm just guessing here.
guessing.
Oh, I thought you learned that in school.
No, they didn't teach us shit like that.
Katie learned about the body in school, but she knew all about that way before.
We did.
Or
You were 4 years old when they knew it.
it was about like close to like 10 or 20. I don't remember.
20,
What?
21. Yeah, okay. I was like,
and the feet has 22.
yeah. How do you remember this?
How many sets of ribs do you get?
16? No more. 18? 12?
12 sets of ribs.
16, 18, whatever. I heard the people learn about things. I was going to guess a lower number, but I was like, oh, I feel like there was more, but I know there's a
Lovely fog here. Why is it always, this road is always fog coming across this? And only when you get closer to Kennett,
Is this Kenneth's house?
lot. Yeah.
which is very decorated right now.
Was that the Kenneth that died or the Kenneth that's living?
Kenneth that died.
Who lives there now?
His
don't fucking
wife
know.
and his daughter.
They're
Apparently
still living?
his daughter moved up with her new husband. And
He had a daughter? I thought he had a son.
Well, yeah, he had Eric, and then he had the daughter, and
I
then
thought
he
the
had.
son was supposed to move into the house.
He stays in Moncton or whatever with his
'Cause I
fat
thought-
ass wife.
I thought Kenneth was saying that before he died that he was.
Yeah, we'll turn into juniors.
Who?
Kenneth's brother.
Oh.
That Eric became looking like Junior. We all swear to
Did
it.
we come here for Halloween one time?
Yeah.
Oh, I recognize the house.
I didn't come here for Halloween.
Because you didn't live with us.
Because I didn't want to live with you.
Oi.
Because you also had no choice when you got adopted when you were 3 years old.
Oi.